Hello, welcome to Crochet Club with Lucy, where today we will be learning how to crochet. We'll be learning what crochet is, how it works, and we're just going to get right in there and get started. So let's show you what I have got today. We obviously start with our lovely yarn. This is a DK yarn, and this one's just super gorgeous. It is a variegated yarn, so it's got some pinks and some whites, and it's just really pretty. So as I said, that's a DK yarn, which means double knit. DK stands for double knit. I've got two hooks here. As a beginner, I recommend that you start with a 5mm hook, slightly chunkier. I actually myself will be using a 4mm. I do think if you're starting out, it's easier to start with a bigger hook because you can just see what you're doing a bit more clearly. It makes slightly bigger loops, basically. So I will be putting this one away, but I think that's the one you should probably start using. Although, of course, you can use a 4. Just see whatever feels right for you, really. So to start your crochet, we're going to need to start with a loop. So we're going to create one by making a knot, essentially, twisting it round and pulling it through. Once again, I'm holding the end of my yarn between my pinchy fingers here, and with my other hand I'm going to twist it round, put both fingers through and just pinch that up through the hole there. And then we put our hook through that loop and tighten it slightly, not too tight, leaving a little bit of a gap there just so you've got some movement. And then we can begin. What we need to do is make a chain, which we do by again holding that tail in between my pinching fingers here. We are going to yarn over, which means to bring that hook underneath our working yarn, which I've got held in between my fingers here. I sort of hold the working yarn here to give it a bit of tension, and then I hold my tail with my pinchy fingers. So then I wrap the yarn around my hook and I pull it through the loop, and that is one chain. It's really, really simple. Yarn over and pull it through that loop. Yarn over, pull it through that loop. Yarn over just means taking that yarn from your working string and pulling it through. That's it. So we keep doing the same thing. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And how many should we make? Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's do 15 and stop there. So you've got 15 chains now, and that's given you a base that we are now going to work into. Each of our stitches now are going to go into each chain and rise up this way. So our work will grow this way. So now we're ready to create our first stitch. What we're actually going to do, and I'm going to tell you why later, what we actually need to do is just add one more chain to the end. So although I said we need 15 chains, we actually needed 16 because we have to add 1 to the end, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we're going to do our first single crochet back into the first chain right here. So it's not the one that we've just created, it's the one that was our 15th chain. We're going to go into that loop there with our hook, yarn over, pull that all through, and then again, so now we've got 2 loops on our hook here. We're going to pull, yarn over, sorry, and pull that through both those loops. And that's your first single crochet. So then again, we go into our next loop here along, and we yarn over and pull one through. So we now have 2 loops. And then we go again, yarn over and pull through both those loops. Do you see? So now you're going to have 1 stitch here and 1 stitch here. So that's 2 stitches. We're going to go into the next loop, the next chain underneath. We're going to yarn over and pull it through 1, and then yarn over and pull it through 2. That's now 3 stitches. And we just keep on going. That is a single crochet into the chain, yarn over, pull it through 1, yarn over, pull it through 2, into the next chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and just like that we are crocheting into the loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and again into the next loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and we keep going all the way to the end. Now, do you remember I said we had to add 1 chain to the end of this when we had our 15 chains and we needed to add 1 more? That was because now you can see a bit more clearly. We needed to raise the side of this chain because to match the length that we were about to create, because now obviously our stitches are going up here and we needed the side to come up basically. So it was like we were turning. It's called a turning chain. It's what creates the edge here. So we had to go up and then work along, if that makes sense. Okay, so ready to keep going. We go into the next loop, yarn over, yarn over, pull through 1, and yarn over, pull through 2. And can you see, by the way, I am pinching my work underneath. I'm sort of holding it under here to keep it stable. Into the next loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to keep on going all the way to the end. Through 1 and through 2. Into the next loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the next loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the next loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the next one, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and the last one, through 1 and through 2. There we go. And so now you can see that's gone into the last loop there. That is the end of our row, and we have a tiny little row of 15 single crochet. Now obviously we're not going to stop there. We want our work to keep growing. So what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1 and chain 2. So let me just show you that again. Yarning over and pull through the loop, and yarn over and pull through the loop. That's 2. That's how we raise our stitch and how we get it to turn. So because that's what we're now going to do, is turn our work around, because as a right-handed person myself, I will always be starting on the right hand side of my work and working along this way. When you get to the end, you raise your stitches up, you turn it around, and you start again always on your right hand side. If you're left-handed, obviously it'll be the other way around. I'm not a left-handed crocheter and I can't really give you advice about that, so apologies. Right, so I'm now ready to start my new row, and we're going to go, so we're not obviously working into the 2 chains we've just created. That's the side of our work here. We're going to go into the first loop, yarn over, pull through 1, and yarn over, pull through 2, and that is it. We just keep on going from there. So into the next one, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Is that in the right place? Yeah. Okay, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and it's pretty self-explanatory from there. You just keep on going until you get to the end. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, into the next loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. You keep going all the way till you get to the end. And that's quite simply it, really. If you get to the end, you chain your 2, turn your work around, so you're always starting from the right hand side, and then you just continue and you keep going that way. So I hope that was easy enough to understand. Please do leave me your comments, your questions. I will try to get back to you in the next video. And until then, happy crocheting, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.